mean, I know it's all coaches' decisions and those kind of things, but were you comfortable enough to feel it?
I maybe could have, maybe not at the top of my game, but you know, as a player, you always want to get in there and play. But you know, it's best for the team that I sat out and coached the decision, and you know, we came out with the win. That's all that matters.
Are you a 4th down and 19-yard run kind of guy on that knee again still? Can you go like that?
We'll see. We'll see.
Right. Do you have any concerns or worries getting back to playing on it, because it's, you know, it's a pretty significant joint to play on?
You know, those knee braces do a great job with stability, and you know, I've rehabbed and done everything I could up to this point, and you know, I feel I've been out there doing some different things on it, and I feel real comfortable with it. So there's not really many worries.
Was it overtime rehab? I mean, every time you get in the room, you do it. I mean, was it like classes and the rest of the 24/7 rehab so you could be ready for?
Yeah, I was in my dorm room with the weights doing knee extensions and icing it down as 20 minutes off, 20 minutes on, all night long. So.
Appreciate the conversation. Thank you. Who knows about these other guys?
Okay, you'll just talk about how excited you are to play Easter.
Well, what week are we on now? Week 10. I've been waiting on this game for a while now. After last year, we were completely embarrassed and everything, and you know, I took that hard upon myself because I was the guy in the middle right there that they were trying to run at, and I've just been waiting on this one all year so we can get out there and show them how we really played.
Why do you think if you felt that you were the guy that they were trying to run at, why do you think that?
Oh, just because they were running inside the tackles a lot last year. And I just take pride in our D-line and everything, and kind of look at myself as, you know, one of the D-line captains, basically, as simple as you could say it.
Has that one stayed with you more than the one the year before that was really nuts in the fourth quarter?
That one's there. That one's a real tough one though, because that's the one that I think kept us from winning the conference outright, if I remember correctly.
The one 2 years ago, you're talking about, the big comeback game, right?
Yeah, that was completely embarrassing. I don't even like talking about that game. But yeah, last year was just, you know, we usually fight them better than what we did last year, and that's what probably hurt the most.
Caleb, defensively, the last couple of weeks, been able to hold your opponents some lower numbers, total yards. Kind of talk about how the year's gone with the new system, and how much more comfortable you guys are getting as the year's gone.
Yeah, with the new system that came in, we had a lot of learning to do. Coach Clark's defense is amazing, and it's actually really simple to learn for us and everything. And the coaches do a great job inserting the information and everything. And as the year has come along, so have a bunch of our players, and we've been able to make a bunch of plays that I think that we couldn't have made last year. And that just comes with a lot of stuff that we do at practice. We see a lot of different looks at practice on what they do in the games, a lot of tendencies and stuff. And I don't know, as the year's gone, has been stretched out longer and longer, I feel like we keep on getting better each week instead of, you know, we got to one point and we just stayed flat there. We just keep on rising.
Max, how much do you know about the series with these people that you're playing this week? It's new. I mean, have you had to learn that they've got the upper hand over the last 5 or 6 years? What do you know about it? How'd you like to change that?
I don't know much about the rivalry. All I know is whenever they talk about the team, they can't wait to play the most or they dislike the most. It's EKU, so we're definitely excited for this one. This is, like I said, the one they circle every year. So.
Have they talked about the history of it to you? I mean, I think they've won like 5 of the last 6, and I know they'd like to change that. Have the guys talked about that, the older guys, and how much, and what have they said to you?
They said this is, they've had our number the last, like you said, 5 or 6 years, and it's important for them to get this victory, and that's important for us all, whether it's me or the freshmen coming in. I mean, this is an important game regardless of how long we've been in the rivalry.
Was that in your mind at all while you were rehabbing to come back from the knee to make sure you were back first? Was it because of how much they hold that series again dear to how much you think it means to them?
Yeah, players always like to play in the big games, and it was important for me to get back, like I said earlier, as early as I could. Whether what game that was, it didn't matter. But yeah, this game was definitely in the back of my mind.
Let me ask this, because you didn't have any work done on that knee while you had hurt it. It was all rehab stuff, right? Nobody scoped it, got in there, cleaned, done any of that. You had no invasive stuff on the knee at all, did you?
No, sir.
During this time?
No, sir.
What's the worst you had happen, injury-wise, as a player before that? Just for a matter of perspective.
I kind of got a fracture in one of my bones on my throwing forearm. My sophomore year in high school, missed a couple games. That's the worst.
And then how'd you come back from that? Or did that keep you out the rest of the year?
We just had a few games left, so it kept me out the rest of the year.
What are your expectations for him this week, Coach, since he's been out for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think, you got to knock the rust off, and that's what last week we hoped to see by him getting out there, and he threw the ball well, and we expect him to be, ready to go 100%. That opens up all our options. So,
right.
And I think to touch on the things that we've talked about, I think we've said all along it's the next game. It's the next game. We're still in the playoff hunt. It's a big game because it's the next game. And I think add that to the fact that maybe some feel like we could do better from last year. You probably put that to it, but we try to treat every next game like it's the biggest game there is, and of course we're still in the hunt, so it makes this one that much more important.